A job worth doing is worth doing right. If you're not following this build, it's a full build series on this seat, how to take a stock seat and make it custom. Let's get this thing painted. Fortunately, this area right here that I'm showing you is about the only area that you'll be able to see once the seat has upholstery on it. Up around here, and you're going to be able to see the top. All right, so now that we've got some pretty decent patterns made for our seat in our 55 Chevy pickup truck, I'm gonna go ahead and take this 3/4 inch plywood and we're gonna cut out a bottom and a back for this factory seat. This is what we're gonna do before we cut our foam or design our foam. So we're getting rid of the springs, we're getting a more modern comfort ride. So let's get this stuff, these patterns transferred over to this wood and get this stuff cut out, and we'll get to the next step. Now this is a messy job. I chose to do it outside. It's a beautiful day, and so if you hear the dogs barking and the birds tweeting, just enjoy it, because eventually we're gonna have 3 feet of snow and nobody's gonna like that. This is what we're doing now. You can see the line that I made. So I couldn't really pick that up good on the pattern, and it's on both sides. So we're gonna go ahead and trim this up and then test fit it again. We've got that seat bottom and the back cut. Now the next step was we're gonna do a relief pocket in the bottom seat. That is gonna make it so much more comfortable to ride in long distance. Now this is gonna be a huge improvement over the factory seat with the springs like Grandpa used to have bouncing around. This is very firm when we get ready to put our foam and stuff on, but these little pockets, top secret, these little pockets are gonna make a huge difference. Wait till you see what we're gonna do next. All right, so you may have already seen these squares on the pattern that we made earlier. So now I've transferred one of those over to the wood. Now I'm going to try to square these up best I can. All right, so what we did 16 by 12. So let's see if we can't run that across to the other side. This is never going to be seen, so doesn't have to be exact, but I always like to do it. A job worth doing is worth doing right. So all right, now let me find something that I can round these corners. One, it's easier to cut that way, and two, it's softer. So let's do that real quick. Handy dandy fan spacer. Okay, that didn't take but just a minute. Let me get this mess cleaned up. We'll take it back inside and see what it looks like on the seat. All right, so here we are. We're on the seat bottom. We got it cut out. We got our pockets cut out. I call these butt pockets. Got the butt pockets cut out, and now we're going to lace up these pockets to where your butt won't go all the way down. What we're gonna do is this elastic nylon band, all right? It's a two-man job, but I got my two buddies here, clamp one and clamp two. They're gonna hold this thing secure to the table to where it's gonna stay in place when I do this pulling. Now what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to double up the edge of this about 2 inches. I'm going to lay it down about where I want it to be. I want to keep these things spaced apart, so we'll probably put 1, 2, 3. We might be able to get 4 across this way and many more across that way. So we get this stuff lined up, we double it like this, we pop a few staples in it, and pull it really, really taut, and then pop some more staples in this side over here, and then continue on until it's done. Let's get this thing going. All right. This is really, really nice and firm. Now you could put just foam on top of this without cutting out the butt release area. The reason I do this, you get a couple extra 100 miles on your trip and you won't feel as bad. So this little bit of extra give right here makes a world of difference. So this is my pick. If you want to keep it simple, don't do this. Don't cut out the hole. Do your foam on top. All right, so let's get this other side done, and then we're ready for the foam. All right, so here's a quick overview of what we've done. Now, I pulled these pretty tight when I stretched them across. It's really a two-man job, but it's okay. You can get it done yourself. You're gonna weave it just like a basket weave. Up, under, up, under, up, all the way across. This gives it that extra strength. So when you push over here, it's actually giving over here a little bit. If you didn't weave them, you could push down right here, and that would be the only thing you'd be pushing down. Pretty self-explanatory. I folded the edges under just to give it a better look. I guess I didn't get too OCD on my staples. I wanted to make sure that they were going to stay in place. It'll never be seen, and it's holding up super taut. So, all right, let's get this other side done. Quit jabbing. Now, if that won't make you tushy-cushy, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Clamp 1 and Clamp 2 for stepping in and helping the old boy out. Now, next step, we're going to design and cut the foam just like we've done in seats in the previous. There's plenty of videos on how I did that, but we're going to do this one all the way through, guys, all the way through to installing the finished seat. So, I appreciate you watching. Hit the subscribe button, follow along, keep up with us. Hit the like button if you got anything out of it. And as always, thanks so much for following along. If you're through watching all my old corny videos, then get out in the garage and go build something. See you guys in the next episode. Spanky's gone. Hey, one more for the road.